So we're installing windows today. We're gonna do these small ones real quick by the chimney. We're using kind of like a drainage method for these windows. So we've already put in our sill pan. We've got these plastic corners. I don't have one on me, but there's these plastic corners that turn these the corner here, so we didn't have to worry about the break in the tape at the corner. So we put a bead of caulk basically around the edges, but we left the bottom. We didn't caulk the bottom, and we're not going to tape the bottom, and that lets any water that gets in there make sure that it has a way of getting out. So now that we've got it caulked, we pulled this back, put our 45s, and then put our tape up here to hold this up there. Now we're ready to put our window in. We're gonna go inside, check the reveal, jack it up a little bit. It holds it up, the plastic things hold it up just a fuzz off of the sill, but we're gonna check and make sure everything looks good. Make sure it's got an even reveal all the way around the window, and then once that looks good, we'll come out and we'll drive screws in. The screws that we're using are a number 10, and it's a 2-inch screw. We're using ones that have hex heads on them. The hex heads are kind of bad because normally they'll sit up and leave a kind of a nub on the top, but for us we're using vinyl siding trim, and that vinyl siding trim actually sits over top of the screw. So otherwise you'd want to probably shim. If you were going to run right into the flange or the opening of the window, you would want to find some way of trying to shim or trying to account for the fact that there's these screws in there. The screws screwing off the window, they go right in these holes. Every hole gets a screw. On the bigger windows, it's anywhere from like 51 screws or so. It's about 50 screws that go in each, but these are smaller windows, so they're probably gonna be less. But every one of these screws, every one of these holes gets a screw in it, so it's quite a bit of screws. So let's get a window in.